Good afternoon, YouTubers. Today we're going to be doing some testing of MOSFET as shown here. But this design, as you will see later on, is the basic for an inverter. I would say a crude inverter at this point, but still give you a good idea for those of you that don't know how to use this MOSFET in an inverter. If you know, you can skip this video, but if you don't and you find something interesting, you can stay. It's going to be very short. So the idea of an inverter in general is to convert these 12-volt batteries of this energy that is being saved as a 12-volt battery in a 12-volt battery is to convert that to AC. Now, in this video, you don't see a transformer because I'm not doing that yet. I'm only testing the behavior of this MOSFET to ensure that they are properly driven by this small transistor. And the idea is that this transistor will be driven then by 5 volts. And you will say, why 5 volts? And the answer is very simple, because I'm planning to use an Arduino. An Arduino will be in charge of driving these 2 transistors as per the given frequency. So I'm using basically switches, very simple, to drive these guys, and this guy eventually will drive the MOSFET, and the MOSFET eventually will get into a short circuit, sort of speaking, and will either allow this light bulb to light up or this one to light up, according to which MOSFET are you driving. So very simple a scenario here. Let me start by this. These are switches. You either open the switch or close it. Right now, I'm not doing any simulation. I'm only saying that you can, mess with these ones, and you can open and close them. And so eventually the Arduino, the code or the Arduino will do all that for us. But in the meantime, it's easier to do this without getting the complication of an Arduino, the code for the Arduino, and all that. But that will come later. So at this point, let's think about it. What's really happening? For example, let's start here. You close that guy. That 5 volt then will drive this transistor into the on stage. So this transistor will be basically a short circuit. So the current going from the 12-volt battery will pass through this 10K down to ground. And what's going to happen is that this point here will be in ground. If that point there is ground, meaning no voltage here, meaning that this MOSFET is in the off state. All right? The resistance value here will be huge, meaning that the voltage coming from this side into this light bulb will be 0. No current will go through a resistance that is so huge. So what's going to happen if I turn this guy on? Meaning, open this circuit, open this, will drive this guy to the off stage. All of a sudden, this 10K ohm together with this 12 volt will become sort of like a pull-up resistor. So this point here will be at 12 volt. 12 volt is good enough to drive this guy into a very, very tiny resistance. So small, very small, but there's some amount of resistance there. And that you have to worry about, that tiny resistance, because there's going to be a lot of current. Because basically, when I put this light bulb here, I want to be sure what's going on. So I put 12 volt, but I put a resistance value of only 1 ohm, meaning that when this MOSFET go into the on stage, the amount of current that goes through here will be basically 12 divided by 1. So it will be about 12 amp, right? But there's a little resistance here. It will be less than that, no problem. But that little resistance multiplied by the huge amount of current will become a lot of heat to dissipate. So that's something that you have to take in mind, that this MOSFET, while they need to be, with a heat sink, because they will burn easily. Now, what's going to happen, again, is the same here. If this is in the off stage, if this is closed, you think that it's on state. Actually, it is on here. Up to here is on. The transistor here is on. ON, right? It's on, meaning that it's in short circuit, meaning that the voltage here is pretty much close to ground, meaning that the gate here for this MOSFET is 0 voltage, meaning that this guy is an infinite amount of resistance. So current going through here will be impossible, right, to get into ground. So, but if you open here, things change because now this guy is on the 12 volt, basically due to this pull-up resistor here, and eventually the gate here will be 12 volt, and that this guy will be very little amount of resistance, so current will go through it like nothing until ground. So the light bulb will turn on. So that's basically the main idea. Now check this out. I put this guy kind of upside down in reference to this one, just because, as you can see, I need the 12 volt need to be fed at the top of the center diode that is shown on the symbol or the schematic. You always feed this N-type MOSFET with here with the positive through this part here. So it's the same here. It's easy. You can see the 12 volt fed against the center diode symbol. All right. So that will do. Well, let's close these guys and let's see what happened. Let's start the simulation. So the simulation is going. I love when the simulation is pretty much zero loading on my CPU. I have let's put it this way. This is a very slow machine. So when I see 0%, meaning that this circuit is so simple for Proteus that doesn't require much power from my computer. And that's good because sometimes I see this loading go to 100% and I know that I'm in trouble. But at this point, looks good. Everything looks good. Now, both are in the, from the point of view of the 5 volt here, these two guys are on. They are in short circuit, meaning that the pull-up resistor is not working at this point, and the voltage here at this point is 0 volts, and at this gate is also 0 volt, meaning that they are showing infinite amount of resistance, meaning that the no current is going through this side into the light bulb, so the light bulb are in the off stage, period. Now, if I turn this guy on, and I will say, it's kind of confusing, right? If I say turn it on, actually turn it off is what I'm doing here. I turn it off. Eventually, what's going to happen is that this guy switch off, and now the pull-up resistor start to work. I have 12 volt here, basically here, and this gate at this MOSFET is basically in zero resistance, meaning a huge amount of current is going through that. As you can see, the light bulb is on, and the current about 11 amp. So that's, as I was saying, this has a little bit of resistance. Even driven at 12 volt, might have to be driven higher to a higher voltage to avoid so much resistance still there. Now, on the other hand, as you can see, this is off. So let's turn it on. Meaning, to turn the lamp on here, I have to turn this guy off so the gate start to work. And now you can see that I have 12 volt here. This MOSFET start to work, and now this is on. And the current is about 20 amps. Good. So that's basically how this is working. I would say that this is the principle of a very, very crude, and I mean it when I say crude inverter, C-R-U-D-E, crude inverter. And because basically, instead of having this lamp here, I will have a transformer, a center tap transformer, let's say a 24 or a 12, 125 output, you know, regular USA standard. And that transformer will be used, the 12 volt will be fed into the center tap and to drive eventually with the proper frequency adjusted here through an Arduino. Then you can create sort of like a square wave inverter. Very crude inverter. That's the only thing that I would say. Very crude. But you will start to understand better how you can, how can you build a better inverter just by starting with this circuit. This circuit gives you enough information to start to understand the on and off situation of this and how can you drive this with an Arduino for eventually, feed, I will say again, a transformer for a very, very, and I mean it, very crude inverter, period. That's not expect any sinusoidal wave or anything like that, all right? So let me turn this guy on. back again, and eventually the light bulb switch off, and so no current is being pulled from the 12-volt battery. Again, I said that this is going to be a very short video. I'm going to stop here my simulation, and you have any question, please let me know. I always try my best to answer them, and I hope that we all learned something from our exchanging of information. Again, this is the starting point of a very crude inverter, but we're gonna make it eventually through a series of videos. We will try to drive this to, I will say, a very decent one, and with feedback, which is the most important aspect of all inverters. If an inverter without feedback is just a piece of junk. You have to have feedback to properly adjust that voltage, the output voltage, as you put a load into it. Without feedback, this is just crazy. It is a piece of junk. All right. So, without any more thing to say, have a great, very great day. Bye.